Rappers have been talking big since the beginning of the genre. It's kind of their thing, with braggadocious lyrics touching on subjects such as money, women, and even murder. It's sometimes hard to tell who is speaking from life experience and who is simply hyperbolizing. So today, we're going to take a look at a few rappers who weren't just embellishing their vocabulary when it came to threatening someone's life, but actually followed through. In 2005, the rapper known as Gucci Mane, along with his entourage, were attacked by a group of men. This all started with beef of Young Jeezy that began earlier the same year, when the two argued over who owned the rights to their joint song So Icy. What started off seemingly innocuous eventually escalated into a deadly feud when Jeezy put a bounty on Gucci Mane's head, culminating in 5 men breaking into his house to take him out. Gucci Mane fought back, resulting in the death of one of the attackers and a good friend of Young Jeezy, Pookie Loc. Gucci Mane was initially charged with taking the man's life, but the charges were later dropped due to the nature of the crime and insufficient evidence. When the judge asked if he was guilty, Gucci Mane responded, "Bitch, I might be." Next on the list we have a rapper known as C Murder, the brother of hip-hop legend Master P. His career was going well, and he was even collaborating with the likes of Snoop Dogg, until he made the unfortunate decision to live up to his stage name. It was the evening of January the 12th, 2022, when C Murder met an adoring fan of his named Steve Thomas at a Louisiana nightclub. Although the details of this night are still murky, the witnesses report that C Murder and Steve began to engage in a rap battle until Steve began to get the better of C Murder, prompting him to pull out a gun and shoot Steve point blank, killing him. Initially, it was difficult for C Murder's trial to proceed due to the fact that many potential witnesses were being threatened by members of his crew to not testify. This plan of intimidation, however, did not work, and the trial eventually ran its course, resulting in a life sentence for C Murder, without the chance for parole. The next rapper to make the list goes by the name of Mac Minister. His early career in 2005 was very promising, until he became involved with a deadly East Coast-West Coast beef. This all began when the two rappers Fat Tone and Cowboy were invited to Las Vegas under the pretense of meeting with a representative from Snoop Dogg's label. Rather than meeting with a record executive, they both met their demise via an AK-47, and their bodies were later found dumped in a construction site. Shortly after the murders, video footage surfaced that connected Mac Minister to the double homicide, and he went on the run. During his time on the run, he was featured on America's Most Wanted, and somehow managed to record the intro to the game's album titled Doctor's Advocate. On the evening of March 2nd, 2006, Mac Minister was finally caught in an apartment in San Francisco and sentenced to life in prison without parole. This last rapper to be on the list is definitely the most shocking and terrifying. Most early 90s rap featured some type of explicit content, but the lyrics from the rapper Big Lurch were much more gruesome than that of his peers, which turned out to be quite foretelling. Big Lurch was a rising rapper in the Bay Area, as well as a PCP addict. His career, as well as the world around him, fell apart one terrible night when, high on PCP, Big Lurch killed and ate his female roommate. The body of his roommate, Tanisha Sace, was found dead and disemboweled in her apartment on April 9th, 2002. A search immediately began for Big Lurch, and he was found in the middle of the street, naked, drenched in blood, and screaming at the sky. Lurch later stated that he has no recollection of the crime that took place and pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. However, justice prevailed as he was found guilty and sentenced to life without a chance of parole. Well, that's it for this video. If you like this kind of content, please drop a like, follow, or comment. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.